Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Islamic terrorism.
Down, down.
Islamic terrorism.
Down, down.
Islamic terrorism. Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Stop killing of Hindus in Pakistan.
Hindus are human too.
Stop forcible conversion.
Stop forcible conversion. Stop genocide in Pakistan. Protect minorities.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Pakistan.
Murdabad.
Down, down.
Islamic terrorism.
Down, down.
Islamic terrorism.
Down, down.
Islamic terrorism.
So what is the purpose of your visit here today, and what are you here to raise your voice about or against?
Well, I'm personally gathered here. My grandparents are from Sindh and they had to leave during partition. And after doing some research with the Hindu American Foundation, we found that a lot of Sindhi Hindus do not have the same rights as Pakistani Muslims in the country. And I'm here to stand for human rights in that sense, that all minorities in Pakistan, whether it be the Ahmadis, the Christians, or the Hindus, need equal access to the justice system. They need to be sheltered from being forcibly converted, and the laws of Pakistan need to address the needs of minorities, and also with blasphemy laws and other things that are discriminating against minorities, that they need to be able to represent themselves in government. They need to have a voice in the way that things are affecting their community. And these are all things that Pakistan has agreed to under all their ratification of their human rights instruments. So legally they are obligated to do this. We want to remind them that they are obligated to do this.
Okay, do you want to add something to that? What's up?
In addition to what she mentioned, one of the things that we made a point to tell the members of the consulate was that we want Pakistan to take care of their minorities in a way that is visible to the rest of the world, and it's just not on paper. And to make sure that we reiterate that point, we on behalf of the World Hindu Council have offered them direct access to Hindu literature as well as literature regarding the human rights of different minorities in Pakistan that will help us educate people in Pakistan about the rights of their minorities. And we also made a point specifically about the forced conversion of Hindu women, and we want to make sure that the madrasas and the individuals which are involved in these kinds of activities are prosecuted. All people in this world are equal, and that there is nothing like kafir and a believer, and a kafir has to be killed or converted.
I'm just afraid that a woman speaking to them, they might not, it might not go through as much as.
The story of Hindus in Pakistan is written with the sword of Islamic pride dipped in the ink of Hindu blood. From a 24% minority in 1948 to about 1.6% of the population in 1998, the plight of Hindus in Pakistan is amongst the greatest untold tragedies of the 20th century. More than 1/5 of the population has simply disappeared without a voice, and the persecution continues to this day. We submitted the memorandum to Sheikh Muhammad Umar, the Counselor of Community Affairs, at the embassy on behalf of different organizations in Washington DC. We had 4 demands. The first point was that the government of Pakistan take steps to arrest the religious leaders responsible for the forced conversion of Hindus to Islam. The mosques and the madrasas that are involved in such activities should be prosecuted. The next point was the World Hindu Council would be happy to brief the Islamic clergy and the population of Pakistan in general on the need to respect humanity and the rights of Hindus in Pakistan. The third point was all historical monuments and settlements that form part of Pakistan's 4 millennia old history be preserved and promoted. Major sites like Hinglaj and Takshashila should be declared UNESCO protected sites. And the last point was that Pakistan takes steps to promote respect for the Hindu religion in their education system. We at the World Hindu Council can help them in providing the intellectual content for the course material and the briefing in this regard.
Step the topic that was the point number 3, which was we want that the government of Pakistan declares all the historical sites of the Hindus as UNESCO protected sites, approaches UNESCO to be declared as UNESCO protected sites, and keep their maintenance, and World Hindu Council of America will be happy to help them in it. On that regard, he said that he will, quote unquote, work with the government of Pakistan in providing us access. So that is something, another thing we will follow up with them. Regarding the situation of conversion of women, especially Hindu women to Islam, as I said that the judiciary system of Pakistan doesn't seem to be taking the message. So we want to see results, and see results quickly to show that what he said is actually happening on the ground in terms of the results from the judiciary system in prosecuting the people who are doing it.
Would you like to add something about the recent incidents against the attacks in all communities and the USCIRF report that has come out?
Well, the recent report actually calls for Pakistan to be named as a country of particular concern, and I would urge that the United States State Department take that action, because it is particularly concerning what is happening in Pakistan, and that there needs to be, like he said, more evidence that these things are moving forward. There needs to be prosecutions, but overall the judicial system in Pakistan needs a revamp to make sure that everyone is equal before the law. And minorities, but especially minority women, are getting the worst kind of reaction from these laws and these things that are happening. So it is imperative that Pakistan recognizes the value of its minorities and the value of women, and that is very, very important.
Yeah, so you raise a very important point here. We have talked about the human rights issues based on faith, but you are raising a very important point here about women and their human rights. And just before Ramzan, as we know, in one particular province of Pakistan, women were prohibited from going out alone. Would you have anything to add on that part, and how people of Pakistan, people who are not for radicalization in Pakistan, how they can help, how they can come forward with that?
Well, this is really important, as the Hudud ordinances and the Women Protection Act was kind of a step forward in that sense of trying to separate the Islamic courts from the basic domestic courts, but there needs to be extra steps made. As far as marriage and age of consent goes, the age is 16 for women and 18 for boys. And there's no reason for this. It should be equal. Both men and women should have the same age of consent and the same age of marriage. And these are used against minority women, and forced marriages allowing more to occur because women are considered adults at 16 or younger sometimes. And so these small things that need to be taken into account with all of the radicalization and Islamization that is happening, that the Sharia courts need to take into account that its own people are suffering on account of these laws, and in the wider picture and in the future will continue to suffer as radicalization and mob mentality kind of take over the judicial system and kind of cripple Pakistan in that way.
I would only like to add that this was not what Pakistan's population, its people, its civilization was. And it is very saddening and it breaks my heart to see the situation that people in Pakistan are going through, and it's deteriorating. And it is not what they were. It is not what the civilizations of Kandahar or civilizations of Sindh or Punjab or Balochistan had as their history. So as somebody who is an observer of history of Pakistan, it really breaks my heart, and I really wish that people in Pakistan realize this. And that's one of our efforts. One of our efforts is to reach out and help them realize where they are going to, where they were. So this is my effort.
A true democracy respects all people and all minorities, and everyone stands equal before the law of democracy. And so we want this for Pakistan. We hope the steps can continue.
The story of Hindus in Pakistan is written with the sword of Islamic pride dipped in the ink of Hindu blood. From a 24% minority in 1948 to about 1.6% of the population in 1998, the plight of Hindus in Pakistan is amongst the greatest untold tragedies of the 20th century. More than 1/5 of population has simply disappeared without a voice, and the persecution continues to this day.